Time for some good old tech talk, and one thing that's been doing the rounds all over the world is this WhatsApp thing. And it has recently announced a new privacy policy that'll see a change in how its parent company, Facebook, collects data from the user accounts. Due to privacy concerns, this has resulted in a surge of downloads of alternative communication apps. But what does the updated privacy policy actually mean for your data and security? And do you know what are the privacy policies for the alternatives? And that's why we talked to somebody who knows all about this particular space. And it's such an important conversation. Grant Hines, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and thank you, South Africa, for caring about this stuff. You know, as somebody that's in tech and has understood what are the pitfalls of data privacy for a while now, it's nice that people are starting to kind of come to grips with it. Technology is this really interesting thing. We made it.
Yes.
You know, we created this really cool thing, and we can determine how we use it going forward, and being conscious of what it's doing is really important. It's the first step to that.
I think that you can agree if you've downloaded anything. The one thing that has been sort of, when a friend of yours says, download this app very quickly, you want to get on your phone as quick as possible and you just go agree and you move on. But ever since that face app thing happened with my phone, I was thinking, hold on, this is data that I'm sharing with somebody just so I could look like an old man. And that's the truth. And I think that this is where we need to ask the question about the big concern about this ultimatum on the 8th of Feb, WhatsApp saying, if you don't agree, we're going to shut you down, which is causing a bit of a stir. Why is this so important to WhatsApp to actually provide an ultimatum to its users?
Okay, so Facebook is a company that's designed to make money.
Yes.
And they want to make money off of us. Remember the whole old phrase, if the product is free and you're using it, you are actually the product.
Yeah.
And we are the products to these apps. And what we provide for them is data on how we use them, where we are, how long do our phones last. Those are the kind of things that WhatsApp is using. In fact, WhatsApp have stuck with the whole idea that our messages are encrypted, so they don't necessarily have access to our messages. But that's kind of deceiving in and of itself.
Yes.
Because that's not the thing we're worried about. I'm not too worried about people reading my messages. I'm more worried about what other information they're gathering from your device. And WhatsApp has access to your accelerometer, your gyroscope, your cameras. It's got access to a lot of different technology on your device. And what they do with that technology is the scary part. And they're sharing that to Facebook, and that can be used as advertising revenue. And then the scary part about that, because a lot of people have come up to me going, I don't care, I want tailor-made ads, whatever, is that when a client is approaching Facebook, like a motor car company, and they pay for the right to speak to you, and you do not have the rights to not listen to them. That's where it gets very dangerous.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I hope people understand why data privacy is such a thing that we need to do, and these people are becoming super rich. Again, I've spoke about this quote by Yuval Nahiri before on the show. He talks about, and you kind of had this thing with the Face app, it's kind of like the new colonization. We've given away this incredibly valuable piece of product, our data, to these tech companies for the ability to do free email and to upload pictures to Facebook and to make myself look old on a Face app. And we've got to be very careful about that.
Absolutely. Now, if you look at all the applications we chatted about, FaceApp as well as TikTok have a couple of policies that I don't think people know about, but you download it because it's trendy, so you just get caught up in that.
And you're a trendster.
Thank you very much. Well, we'll see what your hair color is going to be later, then you'll see who's trendy. Anyway, so the other applications that you can mention just anecdotally, like just off the top of your head, that also have a certain access point to what you mentioned now.
Every application on your phone has got access to different devices. Go through, if you can, go through some of the privacy policies, Google them, work out what's happening on your phone.
Okay.
I think we need to be very conscious of how companies are using them going forward, and we can start determining that. We can start pushing companies to do things our way.
Yes.
And it's great because I saw a lot of people posting about Telegram and Signal. Those are better alternatives to WhatsApp. I think the best alternative right now is Signal from a privacy policy perspective.
All right.
We're not quite sure where Telegram is going to go, even though they also claim that your messages are encrypted. Again, that's not the problem. If people can read your messages, that's one part of the problem. The other part is that they have access to different parts of your phone that you might not want a big corporation to have access to. So Signal is, I highly recommend Signal. Edward Snowden has endorsed it. It was actually developed by some of the people at WhatsApp originally who left. So if you are familiar with WhatsApp, it's a good one to use.
It's actually good that you gave us an alternative. I know that Telegram's been doing the rounds, and a lot of people have been downloading, and a lot of kids as well. And they say if you are indeed a parent, that you should be turning that location setting off their phone if they are downloading Telegram. Just an idea. Grant, thanks so much for the clarity. I think it's so important for us to have this conversation. And I want to continue this conversation on social media. So let us know which app you'll be using in the future. Is it going to be a WhatsApp? Is it going to be Telegram? Or would it be the Grant-endorsed Signal? You tell us on social media, #Expresso Show.